Hi guys, welcome back to my series of Make Me Up on Beauty Base. Today I'm going to show you the do's and the don'ts of makeup. Okay, so we're going to split the face into two. We're going to do the don'ts on this side and the do's on this side. So we're going to start with foundation. So I have a palette here, and on this side we're going to do more with a pink undertone, which is the wrong way to do it because as you can see there is a lot of yellow undertones. So let's apply this and I'll show you what I mean. So if you have more of a pink undertone, the good way to tell is, one way is if you wear a lot of silver jewellery, normally you have more of a pink or cooler undertone to the skin. And if you wear gold jewellery, then normally you have more of a warmer olive undertone to the skin or like a yellow undertone. Okay, so we're choosing the foundation with more of the yellow tone this time. So another way to tell if you're more of a warmer or cooler undertone is to hold up your wrists, and if you have more of a green tint to your veins, then you're normally more warm. And if you have a blue tint, then you're normally more cool. As you can see, the model's veins is more of a greeny tone. And if you can't tell or you're not sure, then normally you might be neutral. On to powder next. So here we have a warm shade of powder. This is more of a yellow undertone. So as you can see, this totally clashes with more of the pink or cooler tone. So we're going to apply this. This is a foundation powder, so this is what not to use. As you can see, it's going very cakey and very muddy. A powder foundation is to be used on its own, not over the top of a foundation, just because it's got more heavy coverage. And I'm using a sweeping motion like this. This is how not to apply your face powder, because this is going to make the foundation move around the skin. You want to use more of a patting motion, so this is what not to do. On our do side, I have a translucent powder. So this isn't going to change the colour of the foundation in any way, and because it's a setting powder, it's very finely milled. So it's not going to look cloggy or cakey, it's just going to set the foundation. And I'm using a patting motion. Close your eye for me, babe. So this is going to make sure that it's not going to disrupt any of that foundation underneath, it's not going to move it. So translucent setting powders also come pressed as well, it doesn't have to be loose, it just means it's translucent and very fine. So onto bronzers. Here is a nice warm matte bronzer. You want to use a bronzer with a matte finish, and the overuse of bronzer can make you look very muddy and just change the shape of your face so it doesn't look natural. So I'm going to show you over bronzing. So here you can see this is what a lot of girls do. We'll pull it along the jawline so it really stops and just throw loads and loads of it on. Give you a little bit of bronzer on the nose, so the nose will look really dirty. So on our do side, we're going to swirl our brush and tap off the excess so we don't have too much product. And then we're just going to lightly sweep this on the outer perimeter of our face. As a good guide, you can do it as the number 3 or a backwards E, and so you're not applying too much. So you want to go on the temples, on the hollows of the cheek, and on the jawline. And you can bring this down onto the neck as well so it all blends together. You want to go for more of the sun-kissed look rather than the muddy look. Onto blusher, and a common don't for blusher is people use way too much. So I'm going to show you the don't. So if you smile for me, babe. So we're going to really pack on this blusher, and I'm going to do the Aunt Sally look as well. So if you smile, a lot of people tend to put it just here on the apples of the cheeks, or they'll like really bring it back. So there's just far too much. You want to make it look like a really natural blush, rather than a full-on flush blush. The right way to apply blusher is if you gently smile for me and you just want to delicately blush the cheek just to make it look slightly flushed and give a little bit of colour. And if you're an older or mature lady, try not to put it so much on the apples, because then if you smile, your cheeks are up here, and then if you relax, the cheek will drop. So try to apply your blusher more on the back part of the cheek here if you're a little bit older or maturer. Now onto highlighter. So with the highlighter, you want to choose the correct highlighter. You don't want anything with too much sparkle or shimmer. I have here a warmer highlighter for more darker skin tones or yellow skin tones, and one for more cooler skin tones here. So I'm going to show you what it's going to look like on this side with the one that's more golden. So we'll blob that on. This is how not to do it. Lots of people will highlight the hell out of their face. So they'll use far too much, so it looks very greasy. You want to put the highlighter, distribute it on the planes of the face rather than all over. You'll end up looking greasy. So on this side, we're going to add a tiny amount just onto the cheekbone, slightly on the brow bone, and a little bit on the Cupid's bow. And you can even just take a little bit onto the nose, and then with your ring finger, just tap and blend that in. You want to use highlighters sparingly and strategically placed as well. So onto brows, we have a brow palette here. I have the natural brow colour and then one a lot darker. So the don't would be to really pack on the product onto our brush and use far too much and use a colour very dark, and then a lot of people will tend to just draw those brows on like this, and then make the brows very blocky. So on the do side, we're going to use a lighter colour brown that matches my model's brow colour, and we're going to put a little bit of product on, tap off the excess so it's not too much, and then we're going to use very fine feathery-like strokes to apply. So you want to naturally fill in the brow with natural hairline strokes, and you want to use the brush in feathery-like strokes to create hairs rather than a block like this side. And the trick to a natural brow is to fill in the areas that are sparse and leave the areas where there is hair. So now onto eyeshadows, and we're going to apply this lovely colour here. Close your eyes, babe. So we're going to really pack on this eyeshadow, and we're not going to blend. So we're going to do quite a harsh line, which is a common mistake when applying eyeshadow. You want to always make sure you blend your eyeshadows in to make them look really soft and flattering. And we're going to really highlight as well that brow bone. Oh yes. And the inner tear duct. So on the makeup do side, we're going to apply a little bit of eyeshadow sparingly. So you want to work up the least amount of shadow, and then using a clean fluffy brush, you want to blend as you go, using a window wiper motion or backwards and forwards, and you want to always blend everything up and out towards the outer corner of the brow. Then on the inner tear duct, you can apply a very small amount of a shimmery pale colour, and on the brow bone as well, but very lightly. You want a soft highlight of shimmer. Okay, so now onto eyeliner. I'm using this eyeliner here. So if you close me, babe. A common mistake with eyeliner is to do a really thick wobbly line and really wing that out. And then another common mistake is to do a really thick line under the eye that doesn't blend. So you end up looking like you've drawn a big black ring. So on the makeup do side, we want to create a very thin, straight line with our eyeliner and gently wing it out at the corner. Nothing too harsh and nothing too bold. And then on the lower lash line, you always want to use a soft kohl pencil, and you can just rub that into the lash line just to make the lashes look a lot more fuller rather than really creating a line around the eye, and then use a little smudger to make sure everything's blended. So the common don't for mascara is to put loads and loads of layers on, so the eyelashes go very clumpy and thick and almost like spider leggy. Also getting mascara on the top lid, and if you do, a lot of people don't wipe it away. Okay, so you want to just apply the mascara, pulling the lashes up and then out towards the outer corner of your brow. So you really open the eye up and wiggling that mascara wand on the roots. So it really gives lift to the lashes. Don't overcoat the lashes because you want them still to look very natural. So on the don't side, you don't want to use concealer to make your lips look nude as it can be quite drying. So we'll just show you the don't side first. I'll apply it with a little lip brush. So this concealer can sit in any dry or cracked lips, and it also makes them look very white and really makes the face look pale and washed out. So on the do side, for a nude lip, you want to use a shade a little bit more pinkier and a little bit more darker than your natural colour. A nude lip is basically a colour that is your lips but better, rather than making them look very white and chalky with concealer. So as you can see, it's very natural, it looks very soft, and everything just enhances the natural beauty rather than mask it. And here we have the don't side. So this is what not to do with your makeup. As you can see, everything looks really heavy and bold, and it's just really masked the face.